Counting on Jinger Duggar shades Jessa in latest podcast? Counting on alum Jinger Duggar, Vuolo is back with a new podcast amid her pregnancy with her third child. The 30-year-old mom has been documenting her pregnancy over the past few weeks. Many of her podcasts with Jeremy also relate to her upcoming child. However, some Redditors were surprised when Jinger seemingly shaded her sister, Jessa, in her latest post. Keep reading to see why. Counting on, Jinger Duggar announces third pregnancy. Last October, Jinger and Jeremy revealed they were expecting a third child. During an interview, the Counting On alums shared that they're super excited about the upcoming addition to their family. Jinger added that her pregnancy is not as big as her previous ones, making her confident that everything will turn out smoothly. The married couple has also revealed that they already know the gender of their third child, but they're planning to host a gender reveal party before revealing it to the public. Jinger shades sister Jessa in latest podcast. Some Redditors discussed Jinger Duggar Vuolo's latest podcast, in which she and Jeremy talked about home births. According to the Counting On alum, she's not against home birth, but she has her reason as to why she'd prefer giving birth in the hospital. She then mentioned some of her sisters having home births and were later transferred to hospitals due to complications, adding that it was scary. The married couple then talked about the dangers of having home births, especially when the mother needed to make emergency calls when complications happened mid-labor. However, the Reddit user thinks it was a shade to Jinger's sister, Jessa, who experienced so many issues, including a scary 48-hour labor, which ultimately forced her to change her plans of natural home birth. Jeremy putting his foot down and saying hell no to a home birth is probably the most sensible thing he's ever done. And shade on Jana for being shady and judgmental toward her for getting an epidural, as if Jana had a NY room to speak on that. Jessa, Jill, and Joy all tried home births and had to be transferred. My takeaway from this, Jinger and probably Jessa don't know what holistic means. I would say Jessa's home births were not holistic. She did not take care of her physical and mental needs. She prioritized her social needs over her physical health. Not only is Jinger shading Jessa and Jana, but also she lost her hillbilly twang. This tells me that she wants to get rid of anything to do with Arkansas regarding her identity. Counting on, Jinger Duggar shares family's first holidays in new home. Aside from her pregnancy, Jinger Duggar Vuolo has also been documenting their holidays. Recently, the Counting On alum uploaded clips from their new home as they decorate for the Christmas season. She captioned, "Okay, we're officially ready for Christmas." They also have a huge indoor Christmas tree, which they already put up before Thanksgiving. It's unclear if a gender reveal party will be held this month, but some fans speculate that Jinger and Jeremy may wait till next year for the much-awaited reveal. Jason Duggar's wife responds to rumors that she's pregnant already. Jason Duggar and his wife, Maddie Jones, shocked Duggar family followers with their public displays of affection ahead of their October 2024 wedding. The couple canoodled and looked perfectly comfortable with each other long before they announced their engagement. They seemed to make their own rules for their wedding, too. Now, they are deviating from the standard Duggar family guidelines when it comes to starting a family. Maddie recently responded to followers on Instagram who suspected she was expecting her first baby less than 2 months after her nuptials. How did Jason Duggar and Maddie Jones meet? Jason Duggar is the latest Duggar sibling to tie the knot. Over the last few years, rumors linked him to several women from his family's ultra-conservative Christian ministry. The rumors were wrong. He found his perfect match the way more mainstream men and women find love. Jason Duggar met Maddie Jones via Instagram. The couple revealed to people that Jason slid into Maddie's DMs while trying to prove a point. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's 12th child claimed he was trying to show his older sister, Jana Duggar, that it was entirely possible to meet someone new online. He did prove his point, but Jana found her love the old-fashioned way. Maddie Jones responds to inquiries about pregnancy. While Jason and Maddie are officially married, the couple is not in any big rush to start growing their family. A follower recently asked the newlywed if she was pregnant, as rumors have been swirling that a pregnancy announcement is imminent. While she doesn't respond to many comments, she felt compelled to clap back at speculation that she's pregnant. Maddie responded to a fan who asked about a potential pregnancy on Instagram by stating that she's thankfully not expecting. Jinger Duggar popped up in a different comment thread to reiterate that the duo are not currently expecting a baby. While it would be a quick turnaround for their first pregnancy anyway, Duggar family followers are reading into her thankfully word choice. They theorize that the 20-something is hinting that they might be carefully planning how and when to grow their family. There are only 2 Duggar couples who don't have kids yet. Jason and Maddie have made it clear that they are not expecting their first baby yet. That shouldn't be a huge shock because they are still just 7 weeks into marriage. Still, they are just one of 2 Duggar couples with no kids. Jinger Duggar discusses awkwardness at Jason Duggar's wedding. Jason Duggar's younger brother, Justin Duggar, and his wife, Claire Spivey, haven't announced a pregnancy either, and they are much further along in their married life. Justin and Claire married in February 2021, just a few months after Justin turned 18. They are living in Texas and seem to prefer a quiet life. They have not announced a pregnancy, and there is no indication that they've secretly welcomed a baby despite being married for nearly 4 years. Duggar praises McDonald's employee for turning in CEO murder suspect Luigi Mangione. After United Healthcare CEO killing suspect Luigi Mangione was arrested and charged earlier this week, the internet has been weighing in with a lot of opinions and even more memes. Even Jill Duggar couldn't resist throwing in her thoughts about Luigi being turned in by a McDonald's employee, but it isn't exactly winning her any points with fans. United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was killed last week. Following the shooting, police have been trying to track down a suspect, and this week they finally made an arrest. Luigi Mangione, 26, was found at an Altoona, Pennsylvania, McDonald's after an employee turned him in. According to multiple news outlets, including NBC News, Mangione has since been formally charged with murder, along with 3 counts of criminal possession of a weapon and 1 count of possession of a forged instrument. Jill shared her thoughts about the situation on Instagram. In an Instagram Stories post that included a selfie of her eating a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit from McDonald's, Jill wrote, "Not me this morning, feeling completely empowered and extra justified in my people watching skills after the McDonald's patron caught the murder suspect in PI yesterday." Though Jill mentioned a patron, it was actually a McDonald's employee who alerted police that Luigi was in their restaurant. People aren't impressed with Jill's post. A screenshot of Jill's Instagram Stories post about the situation has made its way to Reddit, where people don't seem surprised at all that Jill would have this take, especially in light of the fact that many people have voiced their support for Luigi over the past week. "I dislike her more and more every time she posts. Also, it's giving desperate for attention," one person wrote. Another commenter shared, "The whole family is disgusting. Jill's no better than the rest of them." Others called Jill hypocritical for having this take. Some people pointed out that they thought Jill's own struggle with medical bills after giving birth to her son Samuel would have given her a different perspective. The irony of imploding your entire life based on unexpected emergency healthcare expenses, then being a health insurance industry bootlicker a few years later. "Get bent, Jill," read one comment, while another shared, "Girl, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't your family falling out start off with your dad not paying your medical bills?" Others defended Jill. "Remember 1. She was never taught how to read a room. 2. She has limited experience, if any, dealing with commercial insurance. Not an excuse, but remember, she's posting about something she doesn't understand and honestly probably sees the CEO solely as a victim to being murdered," one person wrote. With such a hot-button topic, it's inevitable that people are going to disagree, and with how unusual the Duggar family's lives have been, it's hard to say for sure how Jill's opinion would be informed on this one. Jinger Duggar reflects on sister's very scary home births that required hospital transports. As Jinger Duggar is expecting her 3rd child, she's looking back on the previous births that have happened in her family. As fans of 19 kids and counting on already know, many of the Duggar women have elected to give birth to their babies alone. But Jinger said that after seeing some of those births turn into very scary experiences, she's not ever planning to follow in their footsteps. Jinger recently talked about her sister's home births. On an episode of the Jinger and Jeremy podcast, Jinger said that although some of her sisters have chosen to give birth at home, she noticed that they weren't without incident. Jeremy was adamant that Jinger have a hospital birth. After seeing the way her family's previous births panned out, Jeremy told Jinger they wouldn't be having a home birth. And as it turns out, she was on the same page, adding that it was very scary. When you're having to make emergency calls and you all of a sudden are starting to think about the life of the baby or the life of the mother, Jeremy said. It seemed like a no-brainer to go to the hospital with all of the technological advances we've made. Though Jinger said she does believe that sometimes people rely on medicine too much, birth isn't one of those times. It's certainly interesting to hear this because Jinger's sisters, including her BFF Jessa, who Jinger has always been close with, have had plenty of home births, though it's becoming less common in their family these days. Some fans saw it as Jinger's way of calling out her sisters. As one person pointed out in a Reddit post, it seems like she's shading Jessa in particular, who had to be transported to the hospital immediately after or during more than one of her home births. Massive shade on Jessa and Ben, one commenter wrote. Another shared, if it's shade towards anyone, it would be Jill and Jenna. Jana was openly critical of Jinger getting an epidural, and Jill risked her first two children's and her own lives by attempting home births. Jinger gave birth to both of her daughters in a hospital. Some of my sisters have been through a bit of a tough time with labor and delivery, so I have decided just to go ahead and switch to the hospital. I think that just puts me at ease knowing, okay, if I need anything, it's here. Jinger said ahead of the birth of her first daughter, Felicity, on an episode of Counting On. And I think it'll help me be more relaxed in the long. What Josh Duggar's wife is doing to keep herself busy while he's in prison. Josh Duggar is currently in prison and his wife has her own way of making money for their family. Anna Duggar has been married to Josh since 2008, and the couple share 7 children together and was present on the show 19 Kids and Counting On. But in 2019, it was revealed that the disgraced reality star was in possession of child pornography that led to him being sentenced to over 12 years in federal prison in 2022. As he is serving his sentence, many are wondering how Anna is taking care of their children. According to The Sun, she has a new career to help bring money in for her 7 children and potentially prepare for a move. Anna and her children still live on the family's land, but reports state that she is currently breeding golden retrievers to help to make money. The Sun also stated that she's contemplating moving the family from Arkansas to Texas, where Josh is currently serving his sentence. Anna and the children are still living in a windowless warehouse on the Duggar land. But there were also reports that she had a fight with Jim Bob Duggar that resulted in her and the family getting kicked out, despite The Sun reporting that she still lives where the family did with Josh. According to The Sun, she is still homeschooling her children, but her kids are in sports in the local community, and a source told the outlet that she has friends through their sports teams. Anna has been seen bringing her sons to basketball games weekly and watching them play from the stands, the source said. She socializes with people and appears to have made friends with basketball parents. Anna Duggar still visits Josh Duggar in Texas. Duggar was convicted of receipt of child pornography and possession of child pornography. Duggar was also accused of molesting 5 young girls, including 2 of his sisters when he was a teenager. He also admitted to cheating on Anna in the past and having an addiction to online pornography. Anna still remains at Duggar's side and reportedly regularly takes the children to Texas so they can see their father while he is in prison. Back in 2023, Duggar tried to argue that he needed a new case against his conviction. The federal court denied Duggar a new trial and believed the original ruling to be justified. Anna's controversial dog breeding job is not yet confirmed. You can see Anna Duggar on 19 Kids and Counting. Your changes have been saved. Email is sent. Email has already been sent. 19 Kids and Counting. A reality show that follows the Duggar family, showcasing the experiences of parents Jim Bob and Michelle and their 19 children. The series documents their everyday life, from managing household chores and homeschooling to celebrating milestones and navigating the complexities of a large family. Viewers are given an intimate look at their close-knit family relationships and the principles that guide their lives, emphasizing their commitment to faith and family values.